9. Creating your life to-do list. The best activity I can give you is to write down 100 goals you want to achieve in your lifetime. People often call this a bucket list. When a doctor gives you 6 months to live and you decide to write down all the things you want to do before you kick the bucket, that's your bucket list. One of the best ways to discover what is important and meaningful in your life is to complete the 100 goal challenge. For me, it started when I was 23 years old. At school, I was academically challenged, not a high achiever at all, and at 15, I dropped out. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, so I took the first job I could get. I began as a laborer and got a job working for Klaus, a 6 foot 4-inch German bricklayer. Klaus was a record-holding brickie who could lay bricks faster than I could get them to him. After 6 weeks, I thought to myself, I have to be smarter than this job. I can't do this for the next 40 years. So I took the easy option and went back to school. School didn't get any easier for me. I just got worse at it until one day my mom said I was wasting my time at school and suggested I get a job. Mom asked me what I wanted to do, and my response was, I don't know. Mom was solution oriented, but aren't most moms? She had a lot of push in the local council. She was the tea lady. She got me my first real job working in local government with Albert Shire Council in the water supply and sewage department, the bowels of the organization. I was well motivated to get out of water supply and sewage, and I worked my way up to the health department and the prestigious position of noxious weed inspector. After 6 years in that role, my boss came to me one day and asked if I'd like to go on a week-long leadership training program called RYLA, Rotary Youth Leadership Award. Now you have to understand that I was unmotivated, lazy, and bored. Then he said the magic word. You get a week off work with full pay. And I thought to myself that maybe I was leader material after all. Maybe I was a leader and didn't know it. This leadership program was the catalyst I needed. And it turned out to be a defining moment in my life. It was a great week filled with inspiration, information, and insights. On the last day of the program, the program leaders asked us to find the shady tree and take the time to write down 100 goals we wanted to achieve in our lifetime. We were given 90 minutes for this activity, and as I sat there thinking about everything I could do in my life, my dreams, my goals, my desires, and my passions, I was able to list just 6 lifetime goals. Reflecting on this, I thought my life was going to be either short or very boring. The 7th goal I wrote down was to finish the list and get to 100. It took me 6 weeks to complete the challenge. But over the past 27 years, I have completed it 5 times. If you'd like to check out my current list, just visit passionatepeople.com. There are still some goals from my first list that I have not yet completed, but lots of others that I thought would never be possible for me to achieve in a lifetime were realized within 6 months of writing them down. People ask me why 100 goals. Because anyone can write down 10 or 20 things they want to do in their lifetime. To list 100, you have to think. You have to dig deep to bring to the surface all those things you have pushed to one side. This is the task I set business leaders who have lost their passion and energy, their mojo, because it ignites the spark of what could be and what if in your mind. Are you up for the 100 goal challenge? To get you started, I would like you to think about the 7 areas noted below that make up the dreaming process. To ask yourself the 7 questions that follow. Now, find yourself a quiet place with a journal, or use your smartphone or the tablet app that can be downloaded from passionatepeople.com. All you need to do is to list some of your dreams. Here are the questions you need to ask yourself. What do I desire to achieve? What destinations do I want to visit in my travels? What type of person do I want to become? What deeds would I like to do for others? What hobbies have I dabbled in that give me great enjoyment? What are my dollar goals and financial position, and what money milestones do I want to achieve? What do I want to do daily with my time? Think about all things you could do. In 2004, I wrote a book titled Living Your Passion. 1,000 people attended the conference where I launched the book, and I set them a challenge. Write down 100 goals in 7 days and email the list to me, and I would send them my book for free. 242 people sent me their list. Just recently, I was in Perth, Western Australia, to deliver a presentation. At the end, a man approached me and identified himself as Murray, one of the 242 people who had sent their list to me back in 2004. Murray told me he had achieved most of his goals, but the 4 he shared with me were that he had started his own optometry business, learned to play the trumpet, joined the band, and traveled to France to find the grave of his great-great-uncle's father, who lost his life in the First World War. Murray played the last post over his forebear's grave and had just got back from Gallipoli, where he attended the Anzac Day dance service. Dreams do come true, but you need to write them down. I was so blown away by all the things Murray had achieved that I asked my office to contact the other 241 people from 2004, attaching their original list of dreams. What happened next was truly amazing. We started receiving emails from people with comments such as, "I had forgotten all about this list, but I have achieved 50 of the 100 I wrote down. Thank you so much for this. I had forgotten all about it. Can I submit a new one for the next 5 years? Some things on my list make me laugh now. I have achieved over half of what is on there, probably more like 60 to 70%, which is pretty amazing since I had completely forgotten about it. Most importantly, I live by my personal goals these days almost 100%. I am so thankful you have sent this back to me. Great to hear from you and see your blog each day. I am doing well at work and I'm working on those 100 goals I want to achieve. I have bought and set up the Harley Davidson motorbike for touring, started to teach myself Asian cooking, and built a woodworking shed. It's a work in constant progress and coming along well. I've bought a digital camera and am using it as well. We bought a home on half an acre and fully renovated it in 2009. I am slowly working at this and it surprises me that until you made contact, I hadn't looked at the list for some times, but have achieved some goals. Hope all is well, Kate, and live life with passion. Since the challenge was issued to write down a list of 100 goals, it is quite satisfying to see how many have been attained. I have bolded those 25 attained and underlined are the two that are no longer goals. One that I attained last week was to ski in the New Zealand Ski Masters at Coronet Peak in Queenstown, where I raced the downhill. I surpassed all my expectations by winning it. At speeds over 100 km/h, a huge adrenaline buzz. Thank you for issuing the challenge. Writing these goals down has had a great subliminal effect. You need to have dreams, so take up the challenge and set yourself 100 goals you want to achieve in your lifetime. 10. Lifetime dream examples. In the previous chapter, I mentioned that 242 people sent to me their lists of 100 goals. For a long time, I just kept them in an electronic file on, on my computer. After a presentation, people would often tell me they were able to write down 20 or 30 or 40 goals, but they struggled to get to 100. So I thought I would create a document that could act as a catalyst for people seeking to complete the 100 goal challenge. I wrote an ebook with 400 examples of goals that you can review, use as thought provokers, or copy in 8 key areas. The ebook is called Discover Your Passion, and you can download it from passionatepeople.com. Here are 200 examples you can look at right now to assist you as you create your own lifetime dream list and take the 100 goal challenge.